Hi everybody, Dana Sparks, broker of Maximum One Greater Atlanta Realtors, and today's contract tip, it's not a contract tip, I'm just get used to saying that. Basically, I just want to talk to you, again, really brief video today about what to do, how to prepare, if you have been notified or if you have received information that someone is going to levy charges against you with Grec, the Georgia Real Estate Commission, or with the Realtor Code Board of Realtor Board, your local board and Georgia Association of Realtors file a complaint against you. What is it that? How can you prepare? And basically, this will be, generally speaking, right with an ongoing transaction or immediately after a transaction has closed or failed to close. Usually that's when some parties are upset and they let you know, or they let your broker know, and your broker will let you know that they intend to file a request to look into your activities, your actions, to make sure there is no wrongdoing. So the first thing that I want to say is, generally speaking, do not get wigged out by an investigation. An investigation, especially by either of those two governing bodies, Grec or the board, Georgia Association of Realtors, that's what keeps our industry strong, and that's what keeps good guys in our industry and bad guys out of our industry. So an investigation, if you have done nothing wrong, is a good thing, because it does hopefully weed out real estate agents who are not on the up and up and who are not doing the proper thing per the license laws that we have governing our industry, as well as Realtor Code of Ethics. So generally speaking, that is a good thing, that there are investigations to make sure there is no wrongdoing. Secondly, I want to let you know there is a difference between a violation of the Realtor Code of Ethics and a violation or a charge against the Georgia Real Estate Commission, bringing somebody up to request an investigation. The Georgia Real Estate Commission is a state regulatory body that enforces license law. Their purpose is to look out for the public and to fairly and impartially enforce license laws upon real estate agents, appraisers, real estate brokers, community association managers, property managers. They are the state governing body that governs our industry. Now, the Georgia Association of Realtors, or any association of realtors, your local board and your state board, and then it goes up to the National Association of Realtors. You are a realtor if you belong to the National Association of Realtors. How do you belong to the National Association of Realtors? Well, you join a local board of realtors, and by virtue of your membership with your local board, you also get membership at the state level and then the national level. So once you are a member of NAR, or the National Association of Realtors, number one, you get to call yourself realtor. That term is copyrighted by NAR and may only, per copyright, be used by an agent who does belong to NAR. So NAR, when you belong to the National Association of Realtors, there is a National Realtor Code of Ethics, which is a document that is a code of ethics for your business practice as a realtor. And it is comprised of 17 articles and then points of practice underneath those articles to help outline how a realtor should conduct their business. Now, fun fact, well, let me ask you as a quiz, which came first throughout the whole country? Various state license laws, or the National Association Realtor Code of Ethics? Which came first? What do you think? For those of you that have taken the required Code of Ethics class, you should know the answer. The answer is the NAR Code of Ethics preceded many, many states' license laws. So my point in telling you that is that there is a lot of similarity and a lot of overlap between your states, especially here in Georgia. I'm a broker here in Georgia, between your state's license laws and the Code of Ethics. Now, that does not mean that if you are an agent and do not belong to NAR, that does not give you free reign to be unethical. You will have experience, and many brokers out there have experienced ethical agents who are realtors, ethical agents who are not realtors. Not quite as ethical agents who are realtors, and not quite as ethical agents who are not realtors. So it doesn't give you a license to be unethical if you do not belong to NAR. However, if you do belong to NAR, if you are a realtor, then you may be brought up, you may be investigated for violating the Realtor Code of Ethics, and there are consequences if you are found, if there is a hearing and you are found to, in fact, have violated the Realtor Code of Ethics. Now, back to license law. Every real estate agent in the state of Georgia must adhere to our state license laws that are governed by Grec. Every real estate agent in the state of Georgia is not required to be a member of a local board of realtors, Georgia Association of Realtors, or NAR. So check with your broker about that. I've done a lot of other videos on that, but that is not the purpose of today's video. So the purpose of today's video is if you have been notified that someone may or may not, but that they may file charges against you with the Georgia Real Estate Commission or with the Georgia Association of Realtors as an ethics violation, or both, there are certain steps that you should do to prepare for that when it actually occurs. Now, depending on when you are watching this video, the Georgia Real Estate Commission and the Georgia Association of Realtors, their schedules are different as to when they first receive a request for investigation and when that investigation actually occurs. And then from that point, from when the investigation occurs to even if there is enough information to go on with a hearing or not a hearing. And that's in both situations. So my point is the time frame could be anywhere from 4 weeks to 2 years. Yes, you heard me correctly, 2 years. There are some investigations by the Georgia Real Estate Commission where the initial request for investigation was filed 2 years before a Grec investigator actually began the investigation. And again, it just depends on what the scheduling is, what the timing is, and what's going on. So as an agent, you may not remember what happened with a particular transaction 4 weeks ago, year ago, 2 years ago. So these are the steps that I suggest you take. I suggest that once you get notice that there is potentially some issues, and hopefully it never even comes to pass that there never even really is an investigation. But if you get notified that there is going to be a potential investigation against your actions, what you want to do is you want to sit down. You want to be not interrupted. You want to sit down, take some quiet time, and start from the beginning. Go in chronological order. And you want to take notes. You want to write all this down on a piece of paper. You want to take notes from the very beginning. Whom you met, where you met, how all the parties became involved, what offers were signed, what exhibits were signed, what amendments were signed, if you had conversations, the nature of those conversations, all emails. You want to write down in chronological order everything that happened. Now, typically, you're going to know if a deal's going sideways and somebody's not happy. You're going to know that someone's not happy with the transaction. So, and again, these are with transactions that close as well as with transactions that fail to close. So don't just write out what happened when things started going a little bit wonky, but start from the very beginning. Write out, again, to the best of your recollection, everything that happened. Attach exhibits or reference that you have purchase and sale agreement that was the offer date was such and such date, the binding agreement date was such and such date. Exhibit amendment, this was an amendment that was proposed on this date, but was never fully signed and executed by the party, so it never became part of the contract. This was the discussion I had with the co-op agent, and this is the nature of that conversation on this date. This is the email that I sent to that co-op agent regarding that. Here's, it was the date and time. Again, you just want to write out a chronological accounting or journal of what happened, when happened, the nature of those conversations, your understanding as to the outcome, your understanding your interactions with your co-op agents, the public, so forth and so on. Write all these things out. Then here's the key. You're going to keep them, and you're going to keep them somewhere safe. So you're going to want to either create a file on your own computer, upload it to the cloud. If your broker has an online transaction management system, you might want to upload these notes into that transaction management system where it'll have copies of all the contract forms, the exhibits, the amendments, the purchase and sale agreement, so forth and so on. But here's the key. The key is you want to take your notes, write them out. You want to go have them notarized. Now, you want to have them notarized today or the day you write them because then you will have them dated with a notary stamp that is the best of your recollection of everything that transpired with respect to that transaction on that date. If you don't do that and don't have some sort of third-party notification of your notes, you're going to sign them and have them notarized and then upload them and save them somewhere. If all of a sudden, a year and a half from now, you get notified there's a Grec investigation and then you try to write all this stuff out, well, number one, how accurate is your memory of that? Number two, sometimes your comments or your perception or your recollection could be swayed a little bit because now you actually are in the middle of an actual investigation. But if you can document that, no, at the time, so now you can whip out your journal of everything that happened, and it was dated back at the time. I think that you will be able to demonstrate to the Georgia Real Estate Commission, to the Georgia Association of Realtors, that might come across as a more accurate recollection, but I know I've used that word a lot, but for lack of a better word, of the sequence of events, because you do have third-party proof with the notary's signature and date. So hopefully you're never even in this situation, but if you are, I hope that you will take the time and prepare yourself, write everything out, and protect yourself and your license by taking a little bit of time and following these steps. I get calls and emails all the time from agents asking me about things like this: license law issues, Grec, Realtor Code of Ethics issues, contract issues, so forth and so on. So please subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of the videos that I put out on these kinds of issues. And I try to take even the most complicated of issues and make them crystal clear. If you like this video, then please click on the video showing now, and hopefully you'll like that one too. Thank y'all so much for watching. Dana Sparks, broker of Maximum One Greater Atlanta Realtors, satisfying your needs with service, innovation, and education.